Blog Talk Radio.
To the 110 Nation Sports Show. I am your host, Mr. C.J. Sports. Glad to be here in the Carolina Sports Plus studio this hump day. Just got back, show later than normal. Just got back in town. We took it was really a two and a half day trip, but took a 2.5 day or 3 day trip to Cuyahoga Falls. Took the opportunity to go hiking, see some waterfalls, all this other stuff. So had a great time. Got to spend some time with the wife. Got to try a couple of different things. Got an opportunity to try Saucy Brew. It's a company in Cleveland. It's a local brewery in Cleveland, Ohio. I actually started or did an initial investment with them about 3 years ago through Start Engine. Don't know to what equivalence that is going to. I know I got 100 units, which is like 100 shares. I know they send me my tax paperwork every year. Outside of that, I really don't know what the investment all entails to me, other than I do get the emails, the tax paperwork, and I get appreciation emails where it come and they get 30% off investor appreciation kind of incentives. I have talked to the owners and the CEO recently. As a matter of fact, they did a partnership with something to do with Urban Meyer House or the Urban Meyer something. I'm not sure, 100% sure. So I took this an opportunity, since we were going to be in that area, to stop by, check out what I actually have invested some money into. Great place, great food. Great drinks. We got the Bee's Knees Pizza. It was a pizza with honey and salami and some other stuff. Then we got hot Nashville pizza. We also tried their soft pretzel with beer cheese, which was amazing. And we also tried something else, I forget. But I had a great time there. That was on Monday night. Tuesday, we went to the Haunted House. It's a restaurant in the Cleveland area as well that is scary movie themed. So like there was a Michael Myers walking around. Those that are friends with me personally on Facebook, I think she posted that picture where it looked like he was stabbing me. Had their meals were based around different scary movies. Food was phenomenal. It was a great time. Wife loved it. And then we just got back. This is probably the worst experience. It was actually in our town. We went to Warped Wing. It is a local brewery for us. I think our waitress forgot to put our order in because we ended up being there, and it was not that busy. Over an hour waiting on food alone. So had a great time. Got to check out some of my investments. Got to try some other things. Got to see some amazing waterfalls. Got some amazing hikes. Let me appreciate things even more. For those that don't know, my wife's going through some health stuff, And so we got to see firsthand hikes we used to do without hardly breaking a sweat. We got done yesterday, and we got to the room after we ate, and the wife, well, actually, she actually took a nap before, which was odd. She don't usually nap in the afternoon, but when we got back, she was done. She slept like 12 hours. It wore out, so it was kind of a reality check also where we're at with her health and things going on. So it was a informative, educational, but at the same time very fun. We got to see some off the wall stuff. We stopped at some little mom and pop things on the way back, a little groovy plant place, like it was just a whole bunch of different things. It was a cool time. So glad to be back. Got some other things. The 110 might be expanding even more and taking something else under the umbrella of the 110 Nation, whole LLC. So that was dropped in my lap actually Monday. So got some decisions to make and where exactly we're going and how exactly we're wanting to do all this. So with that being said, Mario is in the studio. Mario is chopping at the lips there to say something. So let's get him in the studio. But no, seriously, glad to have Mario back. Not that he wasn't here last week, but he was at the festival last weekend. He actually was with me last Wednesday night. We had a phenomenal show. Then he turned around and loaded up and went to wherever he was at last weekend, which he's getting ready to tell you. And then he's doing the same thing as he's been working on getting the mobile truck loaded up. And tomorrow morning, he'll be heading back out to go to where we're getting ready to find out where he's about to go. Mario, how'd last weekend go? Where you about to head to? And let them know where they can find you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Glad to be back in the studio on this Wednesday, talking a little sports. And it's been an eventful week. Last week, we were at last week? I was in South Carolina last week at McCall's first annual fair. It was very fun. Lots of customers, lots of people. You know, for it to be the first fair in their city was awesome to see all the people came out. So that's always a good thing. We packed up Sunday. We had a 3-day break just to relax and get some things together. And we're going to be right back at it early in the morning tomorrow. Tomorrow we're headed to Wallace, North Carolina. So we're going to be there from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at their fair and, get things rolling and going. You know, if you follow us on social media, you can check us out, Carolina Sports Plus, on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on YouTube. If you're looking for some merchandise, there's some, but not a lot, just because we've just been so busy at CarolinaSportsPlus.com. But we'll be out and about. We got things stocked up. And if you're in the Wallace area, come check us out.
Cherish the jury. The teams that entered this team in the College World Series, reflecting after the 95 loss. You said they won.
It's always great, being out there in the fairs, meet new customers, meet new people. You know, it's always good to grow the brand, get merchandise in every city that you possibly can and pass out business card and information.
Much more than hiring of Eric Kelsey coming up on the Chevrolet Sports Minute. County leaders strike down confirmation. That's up the hour here on Second News. Also, the message from LGBT community members saying it's never. Time now for a look at what's happening in our city. Presented by Steve Honda. between you. And the new Ford Honda. Drive with zero deferral options up to 90 days for low interest rates of ever. Ford Honda. Weather in the world. Every 10 minutes. Also available in Newtown.
As we've hunted in Raleigh and Auto Park Honda in Cary, we've always said it's easier here. But that promise is backed by so much more. When you buy a new Honda, at least get complimentary loyalty and more, all included with every new car purchase. So when you're ready to pick out your next new Honda model, visit Lee Honda Raleigh or Auto Park Honda in Cary and see why it's worth it. That's for over 50 years. It's easier here.
Mm-hmm.
No, you there, Mario?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely, a little bit, but I can hear you.
Maybe my phone's turned out. Maybe that's the issue. $275 million contract for Trevor Lawrence, 5 years. 142 a signing bonus, $200 million guaranteed. What has Trevor Lawrence done to be deserving of such a large contract?
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, I just rate, you know, the NFL got that good money, and teams need quarterbacks, so that's the best way I can think about it, you know, to be honest. But that is a lot of money for somebody that, you know what I mean, that ain't really proven.
No. You're averaging barely, not even 4,000 yards a season since you stepped into the league. You have 58 touchdowns versus 39 interceptions. And if we flip that look even a little bit harder, when we look where the fumbles were, your QBR, first of all, your QBR even is only an 85. It's not like you're the highest, not QBR, but your rating. Where is, what am I looking for here? Not 2,000, I want to see all. There he goes. Everything is moving real slow here. But barely a 60% passer, 11,770 yards, not even 4,000 yards a season. You've been sacked 94 times. You've been sacked basically 30 times a season. You've been picked off basically about 15 times a year, and you're barely a 50 QBR. I'm not sure exactly what Jacksonville is baking on here, but there's nothing about these numbers that says that he's deserving of anything close to $275 million, or even better yet, $55 million a year.
Yeah.
That is
I
crazy.
Totally agree.
Did you see this, that the NFL ruled that the Atlanta Falcons had improper contact with Kirk Cousins, Darnell Mooney, and Charlie Warner prior to the start of the 2024 season, costing them its original 2025 fifth-round draft pick, fine of $250,000, and GM will have to the GM also has been fined $50,000. Seems like the Atlanta Falcons have been under the microscope this last week as well.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, you know, tampering. You know, you could tell they wanted a quarterback, and you know, I guess a fifth-round pick. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say whoop-de-doo, but you know, all right.
I don't know. I'm not going to say it's crazy to me or I can't believe, because I'm a firm believer every team cheats. It's just whether they get caught or how much. Just like the whole Spygate, like I can't believe that the New England Patriots did this and did that. Do you think that Bill Belichick invented this? Do you think that the New England Patriots were the first team to ever record any kind of practice or watch anybody's practice? Like, come on. Like, I know that it's like the Playgate, which blows my mind that Tom Brady was suspended for 4 games on nothing they could ever prove. But you're going to think that if that was something that happened, that was the first time that it ever happened, that they just created this way of cheating? Like, I don't know. Boston Celtics are NBA champions. Any thoughts on that, Mario?
Well deserved. You know what I mean? They've been taking a lot of heat, you know, especially Jason Tatum and Brown, you know, over the years, you know, as far as do we break them up? Who do we pay? Who's the leader of the team? Who's A? Who's B? You know, I think their road to the finals, you know, where everybody they played was hurt or injured, but you know that's part of sports. They did dominate the Eastern Conference, and once they played Dallas, you know, they dominated them too. You know what I mean? Especially them two compared to Kyrie Irving and Luka. You know, I think Luka, you know, going to the Dallas side, I think Luka played a big part with, you know, fans, him whining to the referees and missing a lot of threes. And you got Kyrie Irving, couldn't handle the Boston crowd because they were really on him, you know, every game that he's been played there ever since he stomped on the Celtics logo, you know, so he's been having a rough go at it in Boston. But overall, you know, Boston was a better team. They had the better superstars that showed up, and they got the win.
I wonder, and I can't think of his name right now, but the coach of Boston. I remember this being a conversation. I remember having Jay Spearman on the show, and we having this conversation because of how he misused, or people felt that he misused the timeout in the last shot last year and everything else, and talking about how he shouldn't be the head coach and everything else. I think we were one of the few that weren't advocating for him to lose his job, that, you know, at the end of the day, that shot was a called shot, and it just, the person held on to the ball too long. It wasn't like it needed to have a timeout, like it wasn't well ran and well set up. So I wonder now, since Boston's went on to win a championship, if we'll be able to do away with the whole coach being fired and he shouldn't be the coach conversation.
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of like over with. You know, with him being like the youngest head coach to win a championship since Bill Russell and the whole type of stuff. But overall, I think the team was very well built. You know, with the GM, I think what's his name, Brad Stevenson. But that played a big part, you know, trading away Marcus Smart to get Porzingis, you know, with Holiday. You know, there was some big trades and some big decisions that had to be made, and they made them, and it paid off.
Yes, adding Drew Holiday obviously was a big important piece to that. I don't know if they win a championship without adding Drew Holiday to the defensive side. As I'm not going to say they were horrible at defense, but their defense was nowhere like it has been this year.
Yeah.
What else do we got going on here?
Which is on 401. They say the man living there refused to leave, leading to an hours-long standoff. Eventually, deputies entered the apartment, and one deputy shot the man. Last word, he's at the hospital. The State Bureau of Investigation is looking into...
See, things in North Carolina ain't changed.
Yeah.
And as Special News One reporter Stephanie Epstein found out, it was due in part to not being submitted to the agenda properly.
Feel good with knowing football is about to come upon us pretty soon. But this is kind of like the dead time in sports, you know, after NBA, you know, Major League Baseball. Don't be jumping as far as watching and a lot of things
Either I'm losing you or you losing me. Hello?
Yeah.
One of us is breaking up real bad because I can't hear you. Still there? Yeah, I can't hear nothing. Still there? I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, either my phone or your phone, one of them was breaking up real bad. I could hear.
It sound like you outside.
There. No, it sounded like you're outside. Now it's clear as day. And I ain't moved at all. I'm sitting on my bed. But now you're clear as day. I don't know what that was about. Speaking of football, there's a lot of hype. Now, it could be just because I'm a Buckeye fan, but there's a lot of hype around this year's Buckeyes. Have you heard anything in this at your neck of the woods? So I'm trying to figure out if this is just an Ohio thing hyping it up, or are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing this football season? Like they're expecting big things out of this class of Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, just being for real, it must be an Ohio thing. But Ohio's always in it anyway. You know what I mean? They're always in the talk about being top at the nation. It's just about, coming to them end of them last couple games of the year every year, you know what I mean? Especially with Michigan. But I can respect Ohio State. They always got a good class coming in. They always gonna get some good recruits. So they're gonna be all right.
Now, do you watch Carolina Tar Heel baseball?
Yeah, I was watching the game yesterday when they lost to Florida State.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you watched yesterday's game. So when the pitcher was pitching, I don't know what inning it was, and he had his hat halfway inside out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What is the deal with that? I've never seen a player wear their hat half inside out before.
Yeah, I think it was more of a rally type of thing. You know what I mean? Trying to get them back in the game, but they lost the game early, just especially off that first inning. You know what I mean? You can't let all the runs come in the first inning and then don't change out the pitcher. You know what I mean? So it was just. I think Honeycutt.
I know the game was. I forget where we was at. I don't know if it was at the haunted house restaurant we went to. We went something earlier in the day because no, it wasn't there. We went to Grinders earlier in the day. It was a place in the town we was at. But I'm sitting there looking over, and I'm like, because it was when the coach. I was watching the game when it was the coach went to the pitcher's mound. That he was talking to the umpire. I don't know what the whole conversation because I couldn't hear anything. What the conversation was about, but it really involved the coach and the umpire talking. But the whole time I'm sitting there looking at this pitcher's hat, and I'm like, why is this hat like? I thought maybe he just put it back on and didn't catch it, but then he kept playing with it like that. And I'm just sitting there thinking that's got to feel weird. Like if he didn't do it intentionally, doesn't normally do it. So I was wondering if that was something he did all the time because you just think it would be aggravating or agitating while you're trying to pitch to have your hat all. Yeah. Inside out, that was just weird. Mm-hmm. But I saw that, and I was like, I wonder if that's just his thing. And so I was like, I'm going to ask Mario, and then you just so happened to watch the game I watched, so that just worked out perfectly to at least ask if you saw that. I've never, in all the years, even playing baseball, I've never seen someone wear it like half and half like that, so it was just weird to me.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
I don't know. I just can't get into. I don't know. I'm assuming that they're in the baseball World Series because they had also had softball on. So I'm assuming everybody's. Are they already in their World Series time?
Yeah, they got eliminated. They got eliminated. They got eliminated yesterday when they lost to Florida State.
See, I have so much trouble keeping up because it's just like it's not like baseball where you just got like 8 teams and then there's 4 teams, 2 teams or whatever. Like there's just so much going on. I have so much trouble keeping up when it comes to the baseball or college baseball and everything else because there's just so many different things going on or so many different brackets and everything else. It just so, I don't know, it's different. Well, one of us moved again because I can't hear you no more. Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know who can hear who. I know I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me or not. So what we're going to do is we keep having this same technical issue. If you can hear me, go ahead and hopefully they can hear you. Go ahead and let them know where you could be found this weekend and also website, social media-wise, and then I'll get things wrapped up since we keep having the same technical issue. All right, it sounds like it's been silent for a second. I can't tell. I can't hear anything. So I'm going to run my end of this real quick so we can get things wrapped up. I don't know what's going on with the lines tonight. Don't forget, you guys can check out Race Chat Live Tuesday night right here on the 110 Nation Sports Radio Network, 8 o'clock, or actually 8:30 Eastern Time to get you guys caught up on all the latest going on in the racing world. Tomorrow night, on Thursdays, you got Safety to Success. Jared had a phenomenal guest on last week. So looking forward to every Thursday night. He has great guests, if they're drivers or do with safety or do with the tracks or whatever the case may be. He always has a good list of people on his show. Sunday, I will be back in the studio, the 110 Nation Weekend Review, kind of go talk about what's going on inside the 110 Nation Corporation, to kind of get you guys just the inside of what's going on, what we got going on, festivals coming up, things I did this weekend, the possible expansion of the 110 Nation, those kind of things. Keep you, we talk about everything going on the media side and also everything on the sports and collectibles side, and potentially even more here. So looking forward to that. And, of course, every Wednesday night you guys can catch the 110 Nation Sports Show with Mario and myself right here in the Carolina Sports Plus studio. Don't forget, you guys can check out our site, www.the110nationsportsradionetwork.com, for all the latest going on here at the 110 Nation. Our shows, blogs, videos, you name it, you can find them right there. Still working on the sports merchandise website. We're hoping to have that up here in the next couple of weeks. When Mario comes back from doing festivals, he's going to work with me on that. Check us out on Facebook, if it be the 110 Nation Sports or the 110 Nation or the 110 Sports and Collectibles Company. They are both on Facebook. We'd appreciate you guys following us there. Check out our YouTube channel, the 110 Nation Sports Radio Network. Subscribe. Keep up with everything going on here at the 110 Nation. You can catch all our podcasts on either iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, Spreaker, YouTube, Amazon Music, iTunes, you name it, we are there. Just follow us on those platforms to let you know when the shows are coming out. And around the corner, we got the exclusive show Chris and I do. We have a 30-minute show on Mondays for an 8-week stretch. We're doing it right after Labor Day weekend. We'll have a guest on. It's just Chris and I sit down. We have a 20 to 25-minute interview. We're out the studio. Everybody goes home and has a great day, kind of thing. So looking forward to having that. Looking forward to starting to see some of the list of guests we're going to be having on. So looking forward to that. Very excited about bringing that back for an 8-week series again. I think I've got everything covered. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Safety Success, right here on the 110 Nation Sports Radio Network.